This is the whole reasons why the narcissist betrays you. Everyone. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you feel like you're being manipulated and controlled by someone who constantly puts themselves first? If so, chances are you may have been a victim of narcissistic abuse. It's not easy to talk about this topic, but it's important that we do. In this discussion, we'll be diving into the physiological and psychological effects of narcissistic abuse. I know it can be difficult to keep up with all of the information, but trust me, it'll be worth it. You're not alone in this. Even though it may feel like you're the only one going through it, there are people who understand. It's a unique experience that not many people have had to deal with. So let's come together as a community and explore this topic together. This frequently results in a storm of inquiries such as, why did you endure it for so long? What caused your inability to foresee this? And many other similar questions. These queries have a tendency to make a person question their own experience following a traumatic event, leading to feelings of isolation. You might ask yourself if you're overreacting or if it's a minor issue. However, this is not the case. I will explain this in detail, going over 5 red flags that indicate an unhealthy relationship with a narcissist. To begin, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel to stay up to date on everything and support us in a huge way. Let's begin. Firstly, you may not even fully understand who they are. Expect a narcissist to drastically change their behavior towards you throughout the course of your relationship. They might start out loving and kind, but as their control over you grows, they can turn into a monster that you never believed existed. However, this monster does not last forever, and soon enough, the loving partner that you first met will reappear. They are constantly hiding their true self and shifting positions to make sure that you never stray too far from them. This inconsistency also makes it difficult to process emotions and thoughts. You can't simply add up positive and negative emotions from different times because they do not align. In a healthy relationship, neither partner influences the other's personality development. The connection between Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde doesn't undergo any random or inexplicable changes. It is hard to comprehend how a narcissist can be cold and aggressive one moment and kind and loving the next. It is a paradox that can be challenging for your brain to process. You may be left wondering if they are truly a narcissist. If that's the case, why do they perform acts of kindness? Why were they so great at one point in the relationship? These types of questions are not typically part of a healthy partnership. Can you really make sense of who the person you were with truly was? Leave a comment to let other survivors know that they are not alone in their experiences. Secondly, even though you know logically that you should move on, you feel emotionally tied to the narcissist. This is because narcissists exhibit unpredictable and ever-changing behavior, causing a physical and mental reaction that makes you crave their company. Despite recognizing that being around them is harmful to you, you still seek them out. It is your nervous system, not the narcissist, that is concerned about your well-being. You yearn for deeper connections with others, and even at the start of your relationship with the narcissist, you sensed a connection. You want to be with them, but at the same time, you want to be on your own. In a healthy relationship, communication is different, and while breaking up is never easy, it is sometimes necessary. However, being with a narcissist might make you feel trapped. Even though you know you must move on, part of you still wants to hold on to something that is hopeless. Instead, try to think positively about your ability to break free. Hopefully, they will soon see the huge mistake they are making. No matter how hard you try or how long you wait, nothing will ever change. The situation is only getting worse. Thirdly, you are experiencing a lot of mental and emotional pain. Grieving after being abused by a narcissist is particularly challenging because you have lost both the truth and the illusion they created. Your hopes for a brighter future with this person have been crushed, leaving you in utter despair. The relationship has cost you so much. Yourself, your family, your career, your finances, your children, and more. You feel low because you gave them too much power and trusted them too easily. The emotional torment of being deceived aggravates your depression even further. The love bombing they once bestowed upon you now seems worthless, as they betrayed you when you needed them the most. You feel abandoned by somebody you thought you could trust. This is the source of your agony. In a healthy relationship, betrayal like this never occurs. However, while you feel unhappy, it is not insurmountable. Recovering from the pain of a narcissist's betrayal takes time and effort. Your emotional response to your loss will vary widely. Fourthly, you may find this whole experience to be incredibly shocking. Until you have been through it yourself, it can be hard to imagine just how terrible human beings can be. You have been deceived, taken advantage of, and conned into believing a beautiful lie. Rather than bringing you peace, it has caused you endless nightmares. Their sudden appearance has turned your life upside down, leaving you in disbelief that they could have such a wicked and sinister side. The fact that they could change so drastically seems unimaginable, and it's natural to doubt your own judgment when faced with such hardships. You may feel like a fool for not seeing it coming, and for being taken by surprise. The narcissist's version of the truth about you and your relationship is cruel, heartless, and suffocating. The entire experience seems too incredible to be real. There was no genuineness, honesty, closeness, or sense of belonging. They were simply playing with your life. No one can offer a justification for such behavior. Number 5, the final point, is that you may be experiencing symptoms associated with PTSD, which are not commonly associated with trauma from narcissistic abuse. You may have difficulty sleeping, eating, starting your day, being hypervigilant, feeling chronically exhausted, experiencing emotional and visual flashbacks, dissociating and concentrating. You may also be experiencing unusual symptoms such as cognitive dissonance, trauma bonding, and Stockholm syndrome, making it even more difficult to recover from narcissistic abuse. Memory and hormone disorders such as irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, fibromyalgia, multiple sclerosis, and hypothyroidism can also occur. These symptoms are not typical of the end of a healthy, normal relationship. While you are feeling depressed, you will eventually recover. Stop blaming yourself and let go of your bitterness. In summary, that concludes everything. It's important to start moving forward as soon as possible. Ending a relationship with a narcissist can be a difficult and complex emotional experience. However, your body and brain have likely adapted to the stressful and demanding partner in order to help you survive, which can cause changes in both your brain and body. Continuing to stay with a narcissistic partner would only lead to further health problems and issues. Additionally, you have likely encountered other issues throughout your experience and have gone through a great deal of suffering. As we wrap up this episode, I want to ask you one final question. Which of these indicators do you relate to the most? Feel free to share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. That's all for today's show. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we will discuss further details. For now, let us prioritize our health and well-being. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.
So everyone, today we talk about a topic that might be difficult to discuss, but it's crucial that we do. Have you ever felt like someone in your life is constantly putting themselves first, manipulating and controlling you in the process? If you have, you might be a victim of narcissistic abuse. In this video, we just explored the psychological effects of living with a narcissist and share with you the 5 red flags that indicate you might be in an unhealthy relationship with a narcissist. Firstly, a narcissist will frequently and drastically change their behavior towards you throughout the course of your relationship. They might act loving and kind at first, but as they gain control over you, they can turn into an abusive monster. However, this brutal personality doesn't last forever, and soon enough, the loving partner that you first met will reappear. This inconsistency in behavior makes it challenging to process emotions and thoughts clearly. Secondly, even though you know that you should move on logically, you might still feel emotionally tied to the narcissist. They exhibit unpredictable and ever-changing behavior, causing a physical and mental reaction that makes you emotionally bond with them. And thirdly, after being in a relationship with a narcissist, you might feel a lot of mental and emotional pain stemming from broken trust, deception, and abandonment. As the life you once knew crumbles around you, you may find yourself questioning everything you thought you knew. Fourthly, the whole experience might come as an enormous shock to you, challenging your belief in human nature and making you feel like a fool for not seeing the signs. And finally, many people who have been in relationships with narcissists experience symptoms of PTSD, trouble sleeping, exhaustion, difficulty concentrating, and so on. These symptoms are not typical of the end of a healthy, normal relationship. As we wrap up this episode, we want to remind you that if you are experiencing any of these signs, you are not alone. Ending a relationship with a narcissist might be difficult, but it's important that you prioritize your health and well-being. Which of these indicators did you relate the most? Let us know in the comment section below. And that's all for today's video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more insightful videos. We look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Have a nice day.